everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel. How is everybody doing? Today we're going to be exploring how to make this square design in Code.org Artist Studio. Over here you can see that this square design looks pretty nice, and you might think that it's hard to design, but it's actually not. Let me show you how it works before we start designing it. In the Artist Studio, there's one person over here that is controlled by the code that we make so that it can draw anything that we want according to our code. Run is basically when you click this button. We need to set the length to 40. The first line is going to be 40 long, and after that, once we set it to 40, it's going to be 40 pixels long. After we set it to that, we're going to need to repeat it 48 times because we're going to make 12 squares, and each square has 4 sides. So we're going to repeat it 48 times for each side. After repeating 48 times, after we set the repeat loop in place, we're going to be needing to set these few blocks of code. So this is the set color block. There's a few of them that we might be able to use. So these three are the three main set color blocks. There is the first one, which lets you choose the color from a color palette. Then the next one is set color random color. It automatically chooses a random color for you. And lastly, there's this one, which uses the RGB values, so you can choose it. RGB stands for red, green, and blue, and it's mainly used to choose a very, very, very specific color. It ranges from 0 to 255 for all three values so that you can choose a color. For example, if I place the RGB over here and we set green to 0 and leave the others as 255, it will be magenta. And if we set both to 0, if we set both green and blue to 0, then it will be red. Also, if you want to set it to the same color, for example, if we want to set it to red, you don't need to put it inside the loop. You just need to put it outside so that the system doesn't need to repeat it 48 times while it is the same color. Since we want it to be colorful, let's set it to random colors each time. Each line is going to have a different color, or possibly the same, but it's just going to be random, so it's not predetermined. The next block of code is move forward by length pixels. Let me slow down the time and show you. As you can see, it's moving forward by length pixels. The length is going to be 40 at first. Then, after that, we're going to turn right by 89 degrees. Do you know why? If you don't, then I'll tell you why. 89 degrees is, we put 89 degrees because we want this curve to it. If we put 90 degrees, it's going to be squares. And if we put 91 degrees, which is also good, then it will be more of the 89 degrees than the 90 degrees. So it's like a pattern. I'll just use 81. No, not 81. 89 for now. 89 degrees is good because we can create this pretty good pattern which we want. After that, The last block of code is set length to length plus 3. The reason I put that, actually it's supposed to be either 2 to 10. The reason I put that is because, as you can see here, each of these are different sizes. And if it's different sizes, then that means that we'll be able to make it bigger and bigger and make a bigger pattern. So, for example, if we make it 1, then it's going to be all stuck together. But if we make it 2 or more, for example, maybe 5, it's not going to be stuck together as much. And the recommended values from me is from 2 to 10, or else it's going to be too spaced out or too close together. If we put set length to length plus 2, then it will be like this. It's not going to have too much space in between, but it's still going to look good. Once we're finished, we can run the code to test it out. In the case of the Artist Studio in code.org, it already gives you a preview because some artist codes take a long time to run, so it's better to have a preview than to run it. Although we already have the preview, I'm just going to show you what it looks like when it's run at full speed. So here it is. If you like what it looks like, I advise you to try it at home. It's pretty easy to do if you have a web browser, and if you try it and you get something wrong, you can just come back to this YouTube video for reference, just in case you need help with something. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications. Bye!